Hello there all my lovely dream makers, I'm Christina of CSLdesigns, and in today's video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of some cabochons. Now these were kindly sent to me by Cabochons4sale on Instagram, and I have worked with them before, so I was very happy to work with them again. So I was very impressed with the cabochons that they sent me, but also I've followed them on Instagram myself for a long time now, and they do post pretty much daily for cabochons that you can buy from them, and pretty much all of them I could easily buy. I basically like, so yeah, I can definitely recommend them, at least to go and have a look at them and see if there's anything you like. Now obviously I'm going to put the information directly to them in the description box down below, so you can just go straight there and have a look. But also, as you can see here, this is their card, so just their information, and already there, a nice labradorite. On the back, got a little picture, and just some text. Peace begins with a smile, live, laugh, love. Wow, can't read. Always nice encouraging words, can never have enough of that. But yeah, that's their card. So all that aside, going through all that, why don't we just have a look at what is in here? So I'm definitely very curious, and also from my experience is they do wrap up the cabochons very nicely. So obviously that's something you kind of concerned about sometimes with transportation and that. So far everything I've seen is that they'll be pretty safe. Right, I'm just gonna get through the tape. It also seems like there's some padding in there. Let's see. This might take a little bit, but again, rather that so they're nice and secure in transport, because you don't want to say buy some cabochons and then they show up and they're broken or something. Especially if they're really nice ones, especially because with gemstone cabochons, basically each one is unique, because you more or less, unless it's obviously just like black onyx or something, but with most cabochons, most gemstone cabochons, it is one of a kind pieces, because obviously it's natural. So right, we're into it now. So we have a bag here. It looks like they're all individually bagged as well. So I'm just going to get them out, and then let's have a little curious look. I want to try and not look too much, but obviously I can't really help. I've already seen a couple of things that I kind of recognize and I'm a bit excited about. So I think last time I did it, so I started with the smaller ones and then kind of went to the bigger ones. I think I might just do the same, just to have some form of organization on it. So let's start here. So I'm just going to kind of push them out of the way so we can just focus on one at a time. So let's grab the first one, kind of try and do it randomly. So we have this one, that looks interesting. It's definitely some nice colours. So a nice oval one here. It's actually quite a nice finish. It's partly a bit matte. Not 100% sure exactly what it is. It does look a bit familiar to me, but it's very nice. It makes me think of a bee, with the colours obviously, and a bit kind of the yellow stripe going through. That's very nice. And a nice flat back, but still has some detail there, so if you wouldn't want to cover it up. Nice size that. And the thickness, that's a pretty decent one. Not very thin and not very thick, so kind of a nice medium. That's the first one. Next we have, oh, that looks interesting. This is a different shape. I've never actually worked with this before, or even seen this much. You got 6 sides, and the back is nice and flat. This is very shiny and feels very smooth, that's for sure. That's nice. And you got this, when I see things like this, I usually kind of tend to see things in gemstones if it's got a lot of markings and patterns on them, especially nature things like landscapes and things like that. So kind of almost a bit, it could be a snowy landscape, a bit mountain, a bit of sea going on, a bit wild. I tend to always kind of see them kinds of things, but I guess it makes sense because they are natural. So right, next we have, let's try and stay with the small ones. Ooh, that's a nice colour. Let's just get that out. Let's see here. Now I wonder whether this might be an ocean jasper or something. It looks similar to something like that I've had. But just overall, that is a very nice colour. It's quite delicate. So it's not like a grey, but it is kind of grey. It's got like a lilac-y tone to it, which is very nice. And the back looks like this. Again, teardrop shaped, and it feels very nice. I always love to feel them as well. Kind of very tactile. Nice and smooth. Very smooth and shiny. That's very nice. And the back is shiny as well. Sometimes the back is matte, which is fine. But this one's shiny. That's actually very nice. It's very delicate, but in a really nice way. Alright. So we found a nice selection of shapes as well. We had the oval one, then that's 6 sides. I know there's a word for that, but I can't remember it. And then the teardrop shape. Then we have a square. Let's have a look. This feels quite thick actually. Nice deep red, almost like a rusty red. Now I do recognize this, and I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I can't remember the name right now. As you can see, that is quite thick, that. But because it's a square, kind of makes sense. It's almost a bit like a box. Obviously you can't open it, but that's the back. You can see here, this back is matte. So sometimes they're matte, sometimes they're shiny, but I think either is fine. That's very nice, very unusual, because the corners are quite sharp, not in the sense obviously that you could hurt yourself, but it's not like they're kind of rounded off is what I mean, which sometimes they would be, but that isn't, which is nice and different. I like that. Could definitely do some interesting things with that. And I think any wire colour would really work with that. Doesn't have to be one or the other. Right. Then we have another teardrop shape. And again, you can kind of get that feel here where you just, because it's so unique, it's almost like a snowy landscape, but in the dark, because obviously the dark background, but then that snow just kind of lights things up a little bit. And the trees maybe and things like that. A nice size as well, because obviously large ones can be nice, small ones can be nice for different things, but this is kind of a really nice medium. Would still work for a pendant, but also could easily work for other things. So, right, then we have this small as well, and I can already tell what this is. We have a labradorite, which is always a nice one, and whoa. It's like last time, the last video I did, they sent some labradorite as well, and immediately it was just like, wow, that's some nice ones. Most labradorite is nice, but sometimes you get some where kind of the flash is just in one place or in certain places, and sometimes you get them where it's all over. This is literally all over as you're moving it. That is beautiful. I'm hoping it's coming across nicely. It looks like it. That is very flashy blue. Wonder what the back is like. Let's see. You get a little bit of the flash, but not too much. Obviously that doesn't really matter so much. I think mostly on the bottom part, if I can just catch it there. Oh, there we go, actually. Whoa. I just need to catch it properly. Wow. Now then you see that the back is just as nice as the front. Now there you then have the more, still blue, but more greeny tones and yellowy tones, where the front was just pure blue. And almost a little bit of a purple hint as well. That is beautiful. Labradorite I could look at for a long time. I could kind of just get lost. That is very nice. Again, nice size. You got that teardrop shape. That is a very intense blue. Wow. Can always be mesmerized by that. Right, and then we have, this actually happens to be one of my favorite things. Is either Dendritic Agate or Opal, I'm not sure which one, but they are very much similar looking. So you have that white base, and you just have these inclusions, kind of black throughout. You obviously have some clearness to this as well. But I don't know why, but there's just something about that gemstone that really attracts me. whether it's Dendritic Agate or Opal. I really like it for some reason. Most of them, again, I just see that as like a snowy landscape, and then you got different trees and bushes maybe, or all the black inclusions. That's nice. Nice oval, again, nice size. Never go wrong with those in my opinion. Right, what should we do next? I think this one size that looks like another labradorite. Let's take it out and have a closer look. Now this is then a teardrop shape. I think, was the other one too? Yes, it was. This is more elongated though. You can just compare. So I think about close to the same width, but this is then just longer. And as you can see, that flash is quite completely different than the other one. This being a lot more kind of darker blue and more intense. This is more on the lighter blue and a bit of hint of yellow and green here and there. In a way, I kind of almost just see like the ocean, but close to the coast, like by the sea. You get some of the sand beaches and some mountains, cliffs or something by the sea. Again, this is me seeing different things. Wow, again, the back is beautiful as well. Could easily use the back as the main feature, but what I like to do is kind of make cabochons where I capture them, but also try and do it so you can see the back, in case, say, if you wear it as a pendant, it flips around as you're wearing it, then the back is equally nice. Especially, it's kind of a shame to cover that up anyway, because that is also very beautiful. Very colourful and very intense as well, I will say. Sometimes it's quite muted, which is also nice, but these are definitely very intense. Then let's have a look at this one. Ooh, this looks like something else. It's quite flashy. Oh, that's actually very thick. Wow. So this is Rainbow Moonstone. So you have the base of that whiteness with the clarity to it. So it's not pure opaque, you could say. But then you have these flashes of blue. Different angles. Same principle as the labradorite. See if catching it in the right light. Doesn't always come across as nicely on camera, but you get them flashes of the blue you can see. Which I think is just amazing how nature can do this. Very beautiful. And the back looks like this. You can see that as well. Just blue flashing through. Again, I could just look at these for a long time. It's just, you cannot look at them for 10 seconds and you've seen it all. You can keep looking and just, oh, that's something you haven't seen before. That's something new. That's something different. Again, a nice size. This is very thick, which for some things is perfect. Right, moving up to some larger ones. Let's do this one. That looks interesting, quite dark. So it looks like, again, it's an oval. It looks like it's kind of a base of a dark green. I'm not sure what stone this would be, whether it might be jasper of some sort, but a dark green as the base, and then you have mixed in with some redness, a little bit of yellowy green, and some lighter areas. Quite interesting. On the back, kind of similar, but again, just in a different way. Also shiny on the back. And this is a little bit on the thinner side, which again is then better for other designs. That's also, I'm pretty sure, on their Instagrammers, they do mention on their post when a cabochon is thicker or it's thinner, which is obviously quite useful information, depending what you want to use them for. Then we have this one here. It looks interesting. The first thing I'm seeing is almost like a treasure map with a cross or an X on it. Don't know why, but again, I wonder whether this might be jasper of some sort, but I'm not sure. Nice tone. It's like a greeny tone, but it's very muted mossy tone almost. And very natural with all the inclusions. Very nice, that's for sure. Maybe try and get a little bit closer. You can really see those inclusions there. And the back on this is also shiny. Again, easily make something where you can see the back, you don't have to cover it up. That's nice. Almost a bit like a landscape that's starting to get covered in snow, almost. Not completely covered, but it's got that kind of white overlay to it. Then here we have another one of my favourites, that Dendritic Agate or Opal. Not sure which one it is. That's a teardrop shape. Very nice. The base of kind of the white mistiness almost to it, and then you got the inclusions of the black, very kind of randomly scattered around. It's just like a snowy landscape. That's what I see. That's very beautiful. Or clouds maybe here. Oh, you could almost, this is like the land, and then you have the line, I guess you could call it, and then some trees coming up, and then here you got kind of mistiness and clouds above it. So a bit of an angle. That's something different. But that's the thing, I can just see different things in different stones and that. So this is one of my favourite stones. I do love these. Very nice. Also shiny on the back. Nice thickness as well, that one. Then we have also a square one and larger. Now this is interesting. Again, a little bit on the thicker side. I think not as thick as the other one. But again, it's larger, so it kind of maybe equals it out a little bit. Again, I'm feeling like this is the bottom, and then almost like nature, wavy, mossy, foamy sea, and then a bit of the, like a green sky instead, with a bit of fogginess to it. Nice. It's not completely opaque. You kind of got some clarity to it. You can almost sense a little bit through there. So that would be nice to capture. So you almost kind of just go around the outside as a frame to not cover up too much of the front or the back. And it's almost like a bit of a picture in a picture frame. That would be lovely. So we have one left. And that's this. That is a heart-shaped labradorite. Nice. Can never really go wrong with labradorite or heart shapes. That's nice. Again, very flashy. Now this is more, you got some blue down here, very dark and bright blue, and then you have a lot more of the yellowy and greeny on the rest of it. But literally otherwise flashing in colour all the way around. Again, there's not really an area where there isn't any. And then obviously a nice heart shape. Got a nice cleft up there. And the back is flat. Wow, and that looks very flashy as well. I would definitely try and not cover up the back so you can't see this at all. I would try and again kind of frame it around the sides. That's lovely. Very beautiful, and again heart shape. But perfect for Valentine's because it's not really that far away, because I know it's not till next year, but Christmas is almost here, so technically Christmas is here, it'll be gone, then it'll be next year, then it'll be Valentine's. But again, this is quite thick. It can also be nice. So that's all the cabochons. So those were all the cabochons that they sent to me. I'm definitely very impressed with them all, especially the labradorite. I was last time as well, because sometimes labradorite can be a bit hit and miss, but all the ones that I've seen from them, they're very beautiful, and it's basically the flashy and the colour all over, and it's very bright. And again, you can get it in different colours, which obviously you can see on their account. And also I really like these Dendritic Agate or Opal, whichever ones they are. Like I said, it's one of my favourite gemstones anyway, but these ones are really nice as well, so definitely want to use them for something. And I do also like the other shapes here, so both the one with 6 sides but also the squares here, because they're very angular, not like sharp or anything, but instead of having very rounded corners and edges, they're very angular, which I find the rounded corners and edges is what you see more often, but being very angular like this is a little bit more rare, I guess. But again, this is their information, and of course, like I said, I'm going to put it in the description box down below as well. but I do really recommend at least having a look on their account on Instagram. You can get a bit lost, but I do recommend at least giving it a look. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed unboxing these gemstones and maybe getting a little bit lost in some of them. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.